Hi, it's Brenda Northey, and I am back with video 5. The last couple of videos we were talking more about meaningful purpose and how to get more meaning in your lives. Today I'm going to focus actually on personal identity. These videos are aimed at helping veterans and military members who are transitioning out of service and are looking for exactly purpose or looking for who they are now that they have left service. So I know when I talk about personal identity, a lot of you are very concerned because the last day of service, you give up your uniform and all of a sudden you realize the next day that you don't really know who you're connected to anymore. You're not part of a team. You're not part of a mission. You don't feel the same importance. You don't feel valued. So what I'm trying to do is give you some steps towards understanding a little bit about who you are. And as a civilian, I've had the honor of being able to watch a lot of veterans and listen to a lot of veterans as they've talked about some of their skills and experiences. And my eyes actually literally pop out of my head because there's so much that you have to offer. But sometimes when you, as a military, leave the military, you think that these skills and this character that you've developed within yourself is typical of all military and therefore not valued in the civilian community. So I'm hoping I'm going to change that a little bit. Now, it is a video, so we're not going to get into too much depth, and I encourage you, if you really want to explore further, there's the book that I've got on Amazon called Operation Who Am I? And it's 25 days of exercises, and part of this video we're going to actually look at one of the days, day 8, and I'm going to actually ask you some questions and see how you respond to that. The part about personal identity is that there's no right or wrong, and the whole point of doing this book or this guided journal is to discover who you are. Believe it or not, how you respond is not a typical response really for every civilian. So again, it's just trying to get you to explore a little bit, and you may just explore a bit to find for work purposes, or it may even just be for volunteering. But I did hear of a statistic that said by year 2 of employment, about 75% of veterans left the job. Well, that's a very, very high number. And it seems to me that it means that the fit is not good. And the fit is not good when you haven't quite explored what it is that's important to you. So again, that's what I'm going to try and get to. What are some of your values? What are your principles? How does that form part of your character? So let's look at day 8 of Operation Who Am I? And I'm going to encourage you to get a pen and paper. You can obviously pause the video. That's the great benefit. But I'm going to ask you 4 questions, and I'm just going to read it out of the book. And please take your time and start to understand how you respond. Again, there is no right or wrong. There's no judgment. This is you and your time. How would you respond? So, was there a high school teacher who took an interest in you? Second question, in your high school, were there some teachers that you really liked? Why? Were there some that you disliked? Why? So what we're focusing on this date is looking at people and what is it that's important to you, and what kind of a person made an impact on you. So third question, did you have any additional coaches, leaders that influenced your life in a positive way? And how do they influence your life? So again, when you are looking at the employment, or again, even as a volunteer, who you want to work for, what kind of person, the more information you have about yourself before going towards a job or volunteering, the better the fit will be. And the final question is, did you have any coaches or leaders that had a negative impact on your life? Now, as much as I don't like to focus too much on the negative side of your life, it also is important to know what is not a good fit. And so for some of you that have already been working, and for many of you maybe that did quit after year 2, reflect on that person and what it is about that person. And please don't make it on yourself that you didn't fit, it was all your fault. Jobs, volunteers, it's always got to be a two-way fit. And sometimes it's actually, the fit is so bad that it's nothing to do with you. It's just a bad fit. So if you'd like to also learn more, some people aren't very good at working out of books, please feel free to check out our website at www.operationwellbeing.ca. check it out. And there's a challenge workshop that I lead, and it's really about pushing you over 8 days to discover a lot more about yourself. And I do guarantee that you will feel better about yourself. And especially for those in the introductory, I try to do a one-on-one session with them at the very end to ensure that they have been able to get a better understanding of themselves. So I have one more video to do to talk about personal identity, and in that one I hope to talk a little bit more about your missions and also about courage and how you can take those two aspects and make civilians understand those a little bit better in terms of how they fit in the employment or in volunteer sector. Good luck.